Welcome back, everyone. Episode 25, part 2. I have been chasing an elusive leak in my mini split install, and this episode is going to run you through all of the various nitpicky things that I did to track this down, trace it out, figure out what was going on, and try to get that fixed so I could get that rear mini split installed, operational, cooling my bus. Did I get it? I don't know. Let's find out. Alright guys, so at this point I'm jumping in here to let you know this is a continuation of part 1. Everything that you're going to see after this is a continuation of the activities that I did in part 1. From this video right here on Wednesday, August the 6th, you're going to be going back in time and then carrying forward to the future. But I wanted to give you a little bit of insight on what to expect and what you're going to see. So let's get after it and let's see what happens. Alright, so I'm in here inside the bus. I'm starting here where I added the line extension set for the rear unit. The rear unit is the only one that's connected right now, so I just want to give you a little bit of rundown. I've already put one on the bottom, but these little flare seals, they just snap right on top of the male fitting of the flare, like that. One of the other things that I did do is try to do a bit of an inspection on all of the fittings to make sure there were no cracks in the flares, none of that kind of stuff, no deformities, no scratches, no anything like that, and I could not see anything like that. So I just added 2 1/4-inch flare seals to this line, so all I'm going to do is tighten it up. The process is the same regardless of what size it is. This would be a 3/8. This one here would be a 3/8. This would be a 1/2 inch. I've got enough for that, so I'm going to go ahead and open up all of these and put those on. Once I get them all installed and tightened, I'll move back to the rear unit, do the same thing back there. I was going to break this down and like do 1/4 and see if that worked, and then do 3/8 and see if that worked, and then do 1/2 and see if that worked. But guys, I'm tired of fighting this. I'm hoping this works, and I'm hoping that if I do this, I'll be done with it and can move on and get the front one done. So I'm gonna break it right here. I don't know that you need to watch me screw and unscrew copper lines, so I'll bring you back once I get everything tightened down. We'll pull out the vacuum pump and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, I'm back. I got them all in. I got everything tightened. I got everything torqued, and I think I found my problem. At least I hope so. When I undid this fitting right here from this fitting right here, this fell out. I have no idea why that was in there or what it was supposed to be for, but one of the things that I did verify and check is that the inside of this is flared to match the flare on this. I went ahead and put a flare seal on it, so I've got a 1/2 inch flare seal here. I've got a 3/8 flare seal here. Excuse me. 1/2 inch here that joins this piece to this piece. I've got a 3/8 on the top of this that joins this to this, and I've got a 3/8 on the bottom of this that joins this to this. Everything is torqued. These are 2 1/4s. I'm going to, before I go anywhere else, in hopes that that piece right there was my problem, I'm going to run a vacuum and see what happens, and we'll be back and I'll let you know what happens. Alright guys, I'm back for one final update for the evening. I do want to let you know that pulling that little copper part out made it worse, not better. So I went back in, I put that in, I put a flare seal on one side of it, got that all torqued down. I can tell you that removing it made it way worse. I mean, it like dropped almost immediately. So I redid the test after that, and I did not have any luck there. So then I went to the rear head unit, put the flare seal on the connections back there. What I can tell you from what I'm seeing right now is that almost immediately the vacuum pump went to 30, and almost immediately the water vapor out of the pipes disappeared. So maybe I got it. So what I'm gonna do, I've got the manifold shut down, I've got the pump turned off, it's sitting at negative 30. I'm gonna let it sit here overnight and see what happens, and look at it again tomorrow. If that don't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to as opposed to vacuuming the lines, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to pressurize the lines, so that I can then go in and put soapy water on the connections and figure out where the bubbles are coming from, so I know where the leak is. I cannot do that on vacuum filled lines, because all that's going to do is pull the water and soap inside the lines, and the bubbles will be on the inside, not the outside. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to shut it down for the moment here, and we'll be back tomorrow and see if it still holds. Wish me luck, guys. This is really a pain in the ass. If this don't work, I think I'm going to shut it down on this video and figure out a new approach. What I do want to do is finish the front install, get that in, and see if I have the same problem there. It would be very disappointing to find out that this manifold gauge is a problem and not actually a plumbing issue. So we'll see what happens, and I will tell you that I used this when I installed the mini split on my house. The big difference is that I followed all the stuff that I saw on YouTube and watch it for 30 minutes. If it's good, it's good. I never let it sit for 24 hours to see what would happen. I probably should have done that, but I don't know. We'll see. I am not an AC guy. I don't know anything about it. I'm just doing what I learned off of YouTube University. So we'll see what happens. I'll be back tomorrow. Alright everyone, so here I am. It's Friday. It's August 1st. Hard to believe it's August, but it's after work and I have been busy. I want to give you a brief rundown and update on some things that I've done to try to figure out this mini split saga that I've got going on right here. So I had an idea, and I implemented that idea and it worked. I will give you a rundown on that in a minute. The first thing that I want to tell you is that I had a other idea and did a tremendous amount of research, searching on the internet, trying to find it, and I was able to find a 1/2 inch to 3/8 flare converter. Was not easy. I don't know why. It seems like that would be fairly common, but it was not easy. So I found one. I got it today. I put it in. I've tightened everything down. I ran my vacuum check, and right now I'm letting it sit. So that's where we're at right now. There's my 1/4 inch side. There's my 3/8 or 1/2 inch to 3/8 side. And I just want to show you real quick this one fitting and what it did, and show you what it replaced. So let's look at that. So all of this right here is the connection points that were previously inside of my line set, connecting from the head unit to the outside unit. So all of this was replaced by this. 1/2 inch on this side, 3 inch on this side, flare on both sides. I'm hoping that's going to take care of it, guys. I ran my vacuum test. I ran the vacuum on the lines for about an hour. No vapor coming out, and it seems to be working, but I'm not holding my breath. So let's go through a few facts that I know. Matter of fact, there are 3 things that I know for a fact. Number 1, my manifold set, I am not running into a leak down issue on that. I have verified that. Number 2, my rear head unit is not part of the leak problem, because before I popped the caps to connect the line sets, it was pressurized. Number 3, my front head unit is not the problem. It has no leaks, because in the same vein, when I popped the caps to connect the line sets to that as part of my proof of concept, it was pressurized. So my head units are not the problem, and my manifold set is not the problem. So what I'm hoping is this is the problem. The other thing that I figured out that is not my problem, or what I know as a matter of fact, is that my front head unit to the condenser unit and the line set do not leak, because one of my the proof of concept idea that I had was, even though it's not permanently mounted, was to go ahead and connect the line set, run the vacuum test, and let it sit. Guys, it held perfectly. No issues, no problems, no concerns. Everything held for more than 24 hours, exactly where it was supposed to be. So that's not an issue. The next thing that I want to say is a serious problem is this is a serious pain in the ass. I am not lying. And the final thing that I want to tell you is I can't count, because I think I said 3 and I just iterated 5. So I'm a dumbass and can't count. But anyway, at this particular point in time, if this does not work, one of the things that I've done is I have got for the 1/4 inch lines, I've got sweat fittings for the 1/4 inch lines, and I've got sweat fittings for the 3/8 1/2 inch to 3/8. The only challenge that I have is my adapter for sweating for 3/8 to 1/2 inch is not going to be here till Monday. If this don't work, I am going to have to remove the line set extensions that I put in. I am going to have to redo them and sweat them, and I am going to make a single line so that those fittings that I have right there are not the problem, and then I'll figure it out from there. One of the other things that I think that I may do before I go that far is actually figure out a way to pressurize the lines and see if I can find the leak. I've got some ideas, and I'm going to try them and see if I can figure out a way to pressurize those. The challenge that I have is actually adapting my air compressor to AC line sets for Freon. But I am working on it. I am trying to figure it out, and I will let you know. But at this point, I know that the line set from my front head unit back to the condenser with the vacuum on it holds. And at this point, I have a vacuum on my updated connections on the line sets to the rear unit. I will let you know how that works out in the morning. So at this point, I just want to provide you a Friday update. It's August the 1st, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Well, welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday morning, August the 2nd. It is time to do the big reveal and see if the work that I did last night was successful or another failure. I have no idea. I haven't done a sneak peek. We're going to find out together. So the suspense is building, and let's take a walk and see if we have triumph or failure. So we'll go take a look. Boom, ladies and gentlemen, we have success. Holy cow, I am happy. We finally got her done. At this point, I need to charge up my video equipment. I got a lot of work to do. We're going to get some mini splits on before this episode ends. It's going to be a long one, but we're going to get her done. Holy cow, I'm happy. So at this point, I am going to go in the bus. I'm going to remove the front head unit. I am going to clean up all my wiring. I'm going to get that mounted. I need to figure out the drain infrastructure for both my front and back head units for the condensate drain. And then we're going to get some power on. Holy cow, I'm happy. That was it. All that mess of connections and stuff. So lesson learned. Point, guys. Minimize those connections. I am happy, happy, happy. So let's go get to work. We got a lot of stuff to do, and we're going to make something happen today. Well, welcome back. Sunday, August 3rd. I am tired. I am frustrated. I continue to fight my mini split. It seems that yesterday when I said I had success, it was because I made a mistake. At any rate, I did quite a bit. It gave me the motivation to go into overdrive and get everything in place and ready to rock and roll. And after I got all that done is when I figured out that I had made that mistake. So let me take a walk and show you everything that I did get done yesterday, because I did get quite a bit done. I worked until midnight last night. So let's take a walk and I'll show you what I got done. All right, well, here we are inside. This is the front of the bus. I got my mini split head unit in. I've got my back plane for it to mount on in. It's all secured, it's all tightened. One of the other things that I did yesterday, as I had said I would, is I went through and sorted out and fixed up all the wiring that I have back there. Got that all taken care of. That took me quite a bit of time. As you can see over here, I got my horns moved. I do need to put the fuses back in and give them a test to make sure they still work. But I got all my wiring laced up, sorted out. All of that you see coiled up in the bottom down there, those are all the cables for the cameras. And it comes around here and stop right there. I got a lot of work to do here and clean up that rat's nest that's down there. But I got this all in. Got my line sets connected. It's all secured. It's all ready to rock and roll. Once I get everything finalized and get this turned on, I'll work on figuring out how I'm going to rework my line set, because I've got some slack in it and I need to figure out a place to put it. But that's what I got done up front here. It took me a long time to get that wiring done, I'm not gonna lie, but got it all done. So going on, let me take you to the back and show you what I got done in the back. Oh, before I do that, I do want to show you one other thing that I did. I got my drain in right here. Got a hole right there. Come down, I got a hole right there. Got a hole right there, goes to the outside of the bus. If we come out here, it comes down, and there it is right there. I'm gonna clean it up, fix it up, dress it up, tie it up, all that kind of stuff right now. I just wanted to get it through the floor. So while we're at it, bringing you to the back of the bus, I can show you that I've got my drain in back here as well for the back unit. Let's go inside. All right, here we are inside. There is my unit. It is in. It is installed. It's got all the control cables. You already saw that I had put the back plane in. I've got my drain in, and it comes down through the floor over there. I showed you on the outside. One of the other things that I did for both the front and rear unit, there's a little smart USB dongle that allows these things to be controlled by phone. I went ahead and put those in yesterday on both the front and back unit. I do seem to have a problem. I seem to have lost one of the remotes for these units, so I'm going to have to find that. Hopefully the one remote will control both of them, but can't seem to find it. So with that said, that's what I got done yesterday. Let me take you underneath and talk about the mistake that I made, and then we'll shut this down, and I'm gonna go work on the roof and try to get something done that will actually give me a sense of accomplishment. Well, I'm back under the bus, and I can tell you right now in no uncertain terms that everything I've done so far is still not working. I have no clue, guys. At this point, I'm going to call it on this particular episode and figure out a way forward to get this taken care of. I may actually call my AC repair guy and see if I can figure this out. I don't have any way to pressurize the lines to figure out what's going on. So anyway, the mistake that I made yesterday was that when I came out here, I had read the gauges and thought that I had success. Well, I didn't. When I went through and started doing all the work that I did inside, one of the things that I did was disconnect my line set on the front unit, and when I came out here to run the pump again to make sure that the lines were purged and get ready to charge these things, I saw the gauges at 0, and I'm like, why are they 0? And I realized that this particular fitting right here was down here. So what I read as success on my rear line set was actually success on my front line set. I don't know what to do, guys. I'm gonna have to figure this out. At any rate, that's where I'm at. That's what I've got done. This video is over an hour long, so I am going to break it apart and focus on all the work that I did to get to the point where I started chasing the line sets, and then let that be another video. At this point, I'm done. I'm going to work on the roof. All right, back to this mini split fiasco. So I had an idea, and I'm going to try it. So as you can see, looking at the gauge right there, it's sitting at -30. It's been sitting there for about 5 hours. This is actually the line set and connections for my front unit, and I think I'm going to go ahead and charge it, put power on it, and see if I can get that thing to start cooling so I can get at least some level of success out of this video. Still working on the rear one, trying to come up with some more ideas, but the short of it is I don't have any issues with the front end. So I'm going to see if I can get that up and running and working. Don't need the back one because you can turn them off independently. You can do all that stuff independently. So I am not going to worry about the back one for right now, but I am going to get the front one run. The front unit is an 8,000 BTU. Based on everything that I've read, that should be more than enough to cool this bus. So we'll see. So at that point, I'm going to go get some tools. I'm going to get some stuff, and we're going to come back and get that front unit charged and hopefully put some power on it. All right, guys. You're not going to believe this. I swear to God, I can't win for losing. So one of the things that I did, because I want to do a slight pressure test on the lines with the Freon. I don't think they're leaking because of the vacuum, but I do want to put them under pressure, and I made some soapy water. So I grabbed a brand new bottle that I have never used, that I ordered probably a year ago, filled it up with water, put some soap in it. Wouldn't you know it, that damn bottle has a leak in it. At the bottom, it's leaking. I can't win for losing. I just don't get it. But anyway, that's another story. So at this point, what I'm going to show you is that my vacuum gauge is at -30. It has been there for probably 5 hours or more, at least. So at this point, what I got going on, I'm going to move the camera and show you. So I've got my low side valve. I've got my Allen wrench in there, and I'm ready to turn it. When I turn it, it's going to release the Freon out of the condenser unit into the lines. It'll go all the way through the head unit and then back over to here. I have to open up both sides to get full pressure and to make sure that there is a flow, but for the point of what I'm doing right now, I'm just going to crack this and close it just to pressurize the line so that I can then go put soapy water on all the connections. And I'm going to try to position the camera so you can see the gauge and see that it will climb in pressure when I do that. I'm going to get it up to 30. I had 30 negative and it held. Now I've got 30 positive, and we're going to watch. I'm going to watch it for about 30 minutes, but for the first thing I want to do is spray soap on all these connections and make sure that I don't have any leaks. Don't have anything down here. I'm going to run inside the bus and spray at the head unit, and then I'll be right back. All right, I don't see anything out here. I don't see anything in there. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I am going to put this on time lapse. I'm going to set a timer. We're going to watch it for about 30 minutes. And then if nothing drops, nothing changes, we're going to charge this thing and put some power on it. Let's see what happens. All right, I'm back. As you can see, the gauges haven't changed, so I'm not going to bore you with the time lapse in the actual video clip, but nothing changed in the past 30 minutes. It's still sitting at 30. It hasn't moved at all. So at this point, I'm going to open it up and charge this system. Watch that gauge and you'll be able to see that it'll climb. All right, I have backed the valve out all the way to full stop. It has more or less overridden the capability of that gauge. So at this point, I am going to go to the high side and do the exact same thing and open it up there. Full stop, ready to rock and roll. Put my caps back on. Based on all the soap that I sprayed earlier, I still don't see anything, but I'm going to add some more just for good measure, because now we're under a lot more pressure. I don't have any leaks, at least not under here. So at this point, I'm going to disconnect this gauge, put my cap on, and we're going to go inside. Alright, cap is back on and tight as well. Spray and make sure. Don't see any bubbles, don't see any leaks. So at this point, I'm going to disconnect my gauges all together and go in and turn on the circuit breaker. All right, I'm at my panel. The first thing that I wanted to verify is that everything is off. So my primary power input is on. This is the breaker from my mini splits. Everything else is off. Everything is off on this side. So at this point, the only thing I need to do is grab my remote, energize that breaker and see what happens on both my inverters, my power consumption, and make sure that that unit comes on. So I'm going to move the camera. I'm going to show you the front mini split, and you should see it come to life. Alright, power is coming on. Both the front and rear unit have power. They are registering. I just verified that the rear unit is off. Turning on the front unit. It's set for 75. That'll work for now. Alright, it is in cool mode. The thermostat is set for 70. Fan is on high. Put it in turbo mode. I have air, guys. I have air. I have a lot of air coming out of here. And it is getting cold. Nice. So right now the air temperature coming out of there is somewhere around 68 degrees. Actually, it just got colder. It dropped to 65. So I got 65 degree air at this particular point in time coming out of that. Holy cow, that's cold. I can feel it. And I am behind the camera, which is about 5 feet away from it. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to move the camera, but I'm going to go check it. I'll come back and let you know and see what kind of current I'm drawing on this thing right now. Yeah, I'm drawing between somewhere in the neighborhood of about 850 watts at this particular point in time. Not at all bad. Not at all bad at all. Holy cow, that's cold, guys. So I want to, at this point, go outside and check the outside condenser unit, make sure it's running, no vibrations or anything like that. So let's go check that out. Wow, that's quiet. That is quiet. I like it. No vibration, no movement, very quiet. Hot air definitely coming out of it. Plenty of airflow. I might need to open this up to increase the efficiency, but guys, I have a mini split working. Maybe only 1 out of 2, but I got one working, and I'm gonna let it run. So yeah, actually the wattage dropped considerably. Now it's only running about 450 watts. So I'm gonna let this run all night. It seems to be working fine. I don't seem to have any issues. I've got it set for 70. I might drop it down to 68 just to see what happens. I am going to turn off that back unit. I am going to close this thing up. I'm going to turn off the max air fans, and we're going to see what this thing does all by itself. This one unit should take care of the entire bus by itself. We're going to find out. I'm going to drop the temp down to 68. You can see that. Temps at 68. Everything is up and running, ready to rock and roll. So at this point, I am going to turn off my max air fans. I am going to go turn off that little outside unit. I'm going to turn off the max air fan in the back, and I'll be right back. Alright, well, I'm going to let this run. I'm going to see what happens in this bus overnight and tomorrow during the heat of the day. I'm going to close everything up. I got all the max air fans off. I got them closed. I got that little unit off. I got the door closed. I have closed the bus up. The only challenge I have is my front door, which is not environmentally sealed, but I'm going to close it anyway. And I want to see what kind of drain this thing has on the batteries overnight, and what kind of temperature I can get out of the bus with it overnight as well. Temperatures are not going to be that hot, so probably won't be running very long, but tomorrow will definitely be the test, and I'll be able to see if my solar can keep up with the consumption of that unit. That said, this is only one half of the issue. I still have the other half that I'm still fighting. I've got some ideas. I'm gonna go to Lumberyard tomorrow, see if I can pick up the parts, and see if I can figure out a way to get that back unit up and running. At any rate, I think at this point I'm gonna shut this down. We do have some level of success, although not complete, and then I will do a different episode on that back unit and close it out. As a final note on part 2, I do want to let you know that I let this one run so that I could actually close it out on a positive note and show some level of success on my mini split install. I do not have total success. I do not have complete success, but I did reach some level of success in this video. The next video is going to continue to delve into all of the activities and troubleshooting and everything that I did, and stay tuned because I created a creative way to actually help me solve some of my problems on my mini split troubleshooting. So with that said, that's a wrap on this one, and we'll move on to the next one.